Hi guys, this is Tori from Shutter Shake Photography, and today I'm going to show you how to use Portraiture for Photoshop. If you want the most control, I would definitely recommend getting Portraiture for Photoshop instead of for Lightroom. I haven't found a way to make layers and masks in Lightroom, which is not what it's made for. So if you just added Portraiture in a picture, it would smooth the whole thing. In Photoshop, it's lovely because you can have masks and select the areas that you want the softening to be on. So I've selected her. She has a little bit of rough skin here around the temple and the cheek. And so I'm first just going to do spot heal tool really quick and kind of like soften out the areas that I notice a little bit more contrasted. That will make my portraiture work at its best if stuff is already like that. It will cover everything pretty well. However, if you give it a little help to begin with, it'll be even better. So I'm just quickly smoothing this stuff out. And that's fine. Just those main little spots. So back here, I'm going to make a duplicate layer of my background. And this is the layer that the portraiture work will go on. So portraiture is under filter and then imagenomic, however you say that, and then click portraiture, and then this window will pop up. So this is already what it's gonna do for you, and this is what you're starting off with. So all of these are settings that you can change and stuff to kind of get the look that you want that's working best for you, and how hard you want it to work, or if you just want like a little bit of work done on the picture. These are all in these settings over here. So these enhancements kind of work the same as any other enhancement in Photoshop. So tint, I'll show you what that does. Makes you look a little bit yellow on that side. Bring that down to 0. Kind of same with all of these ones too. So if you are going to be masking, I kind of would leave these like as they are. So quick, I'll select on this eyedropper tool, and this will select colors that we're going to be working with a lot. So the colors of her skin already in the picture. So you can see the preview of what it's going to do, which is nice. This is already what we're working with. Over here, the output, I just like to have current layer selected. If you select new layer, I tried that before, and it just creates a new layer. And then new document, obviously it just creates your picture. It's just a copy of it in a new window. So current layer is fine because I've already created a duplicate layer of my background, so it'll just work on here. The fast preview is good. It's a quick little thing. Once you've done this a few times, you don't need to know what it's going to look like every time, even though I select normally per person about going 1 or 2 times and select specific colors from this tool. If I have different people that I'm working on, I'll do that every time because each person's skin tone is different. So previews here, just what it would look like here, but I like seeing before and after because it's a little cool. So just say okay when it's done here. It'll do its thing. Let it work. Then you'll see on your background copy, it has done that. If you turn off the background copy, you'll see your original picture that you've been working with. So it does a really great job at skin smoothing, and girls honestly just love it when they have smooth skin like this. So I don't want her eye smooth, so I'm going to make a layer mask over that by clicking this mask tool or vector mask button. Then on the brush, white adds to it and black takes it away. So if I took it away over her eyes, I would want to be black. So just click on the black, making it pretty small. Also with this, my opacity is fine because I want her eyes to be sharp. But in other areas, if you think it looks too soft or too smooth, you can bring down the opacity and it'll kind of lessen the amount of softness so they don't look super fake. Hardness is good at 62. It's not going to leave hard lines. And then I'm just going to run my brush over her eyes and over the areas that I want it to be sharp. So normally it's going to be on the eyes and on the hair. But another thing, instead of doing that right away, is I generally take the paint bucket, make it black, and do that over the entire picture. So my layer mask is black, and now I'm just going to paint on with white the areas that I want to be soft. So it's a lot less area of the picture versus making everything sharp again using the black brush. So click B for brush. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to change this to white. You can press X and it will switch that. Get a good size, make sure your mask is selected, and then go over this. Fingers, I just kind of do softly. Sorry, the mail's here. Or UPS. Maybe I got something fun in the mail. So I'm just going to go over kind of softly in here. Her hair is kind of crazy, so there's really no getting around it. Alright, back on her hand. Hands I like to go a little softer because there is details and a lot of times people's hands don't look bad. So there's no reason to really fix it. Okay, going back down. Slow computer, sorry. So back on the forehead, I can move this up a little bit because your forehead needs a little bit more work. And just do the mask over the face in those areas, and you can just see how it's just really nice and gets it all perfect and smoothed out. So the hardness again is important for this area because if I had it like a very hard line, you'd be able, especially like in the hairline and when there's like contrasted areas, to see the hard lines of the brush. So that is not what you want because you can save it, you can open the picture back up, send it to print, whatever, and it comes back and you have hard lines and it's not good. So soft lines are best. Soft lines and small opacities are nice. So a lot of times the areas that I will leave sharp are nose rings if they have those. Also right here and like the nostrils and like nose area, that's a good defining point. So a lot of times I like to make that sharp, but definitely don't forget to miss the upper lip because for some reason most people's upper lips never look very good. Okay, same here in the brows, above in between the eyelashes. Right in here. Good. And I will show you another thing that I use to make sure everything is perfect and looking good. The backslash or forward slash, I think it's forward slash key. If you click that, it'll bring up the red, and so you can see all of the areas that your brush has been, or areas that you've missed. So if you go back on here and you're like, oh, I want to get all the fingers and I want to get all the skin here with his hair, stuff like that. So missed a little on the cheek, missed a little up here, missed this big spot right here. This will become your friend when you're trying to get everything nice and good and even. Sometimes people have like really nice skin, so you can't even like tell a difference on areas, but I just like to make everything the same. So just up in here. I do like to go a little softer around the hairline to make the transition a little bit better. It's kind of nice and smooth, so it's smooth to sharp. Kind of like all around there. So that looks good. You can see like the areas where we've been and the areas where we've not been. If you turn it off, you can see before and after, and it just does an amazing job, and I love Portraiture so much. So if you're done with all this and you're like, that looks great, I normally flatten the image if I need to do some like color correcting or post-processing on it. And you can also, if Portraiture has like missed a few spots or the skin was just like so bad that you want to make it do a few more like touch-ups, you can do that after everything. It's a little bit easier because it's just working from smooth skin now instead of skin with like a lot of detail in it. So just little areas that you can fix up there. Sometimes I'll just like sharpen the eyes just a tiny bit after I've done the portraiture on them. And then that is all. If you have any questions, post in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks.